Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm Ayla, and I'm so happy you're joining us today for another episode of Daily English Talk.
And I'm Jack. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. Ayla, I was thinking this morning about how much we use the word no. It's everywhere, isn't it?
It really is, Jack. But in English, saying no or making a sentence negative is about more than just that one word. Today, we're going to help our listeners understand how to use negative statements naturally.
That's a great topic because sometimes when you're learning, it's easy to get confused about where to put the not or which helping verb to use. It can feel a bit like a puzzle.
Exactly. We want to make sure you feel confident when you need to say you don't like something or that you didn't go somewhere, or even just saying, I'm not sure. It's a huge part of everyday conversation.
I remember when I was learning a second language, I used to just say the verb and then no after it. It sounded a bit funny, but people understood. However, today we're going to learn the right way to do it, so you sound much more natural.
We'll keep it simple and walk through it together. By the end of this episode, you'll have a much better handle on negation in English.
Speaking of negatives, Ayla, did you go to that new Italian restaurant last night? The one everyone is talking about?
Oh, Jack, I didn't go. I wanted to, but I was so tired after work. I just stayed home and made a sandwich.
Really? You didn't go? I'm surprised. You usually love trying new pasta places.
I do, but I wasn't feeling very energetic. I didn't want to get dressed up and sit in a crowded room. Sometimes a quiet night is better. Did you go?
No, I haven't been there yet either. My roommate told me the food isn't actually that good. He said the sauce is too salty and the service isn't very fast.
That's a shame. Well, maybe I don't feel so bad about missing it then. I don't like salty food very much anyway.
Me neither. I'm not a fan of too much salt. I prefer things a bit more fresh. It's funny how we're already using so many negative sentences just talking about dinner.
You're right. I didn't go. I wasn't feeling. It isn't good. It's so natural for us to talk about what we don't do or what isn't happening.
It really shows that to have a real conversation, you have to be able to talk about the negative side of things, not just the positive.
Let's look at how this works. Most of the time in English, we use a helping verb. We call these auxiliary verbs, and then we add the word not.
Like do not or does not?
Exactly. For most verbs in the present tense, we use do or does. If I want to say I like tea, I say I like tea. But if I want to make it negative, I say I do not like tea.
Or if we're speaking naturally, we usually shorten it, right? We say I don't like tea.
Yes, that's a very important point, Jack. In natural conversation, we almost always use contractions. Do not becomes don't. Does not becomes doesn't.
So if I'm talking about my brother, I would say he doesn't like tea.
Perfect. Notice how the S moves from the main verb to the helping verb. We don't say he doesn't likes tea. We say he doesn't like tea. The main verb like stays in its simple form.
That's a mistake I hear sometimes. People want to keep that S on the end of the action word, but once you use doesn't, the doesn't does all the work.
That's a great way to remember it. Doesn't does the work. Now, what about the past? If I want to say something didn't happen yesterday.
Then we use did not or the contraction didn't, like when you said, I didn't go to the restaurant.
Right, and just like with doesn't, the main verb stays simple. I say, I didn't go, not I didn't went.
This is something that takes a little practice, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes automatic. I didn't see the movie, they didn't call me, we didn't eat lunch yet.
It's all about that little word didn't, followed by the base form of the verb. It's like a signal to the listener that we're talking about the past.
What about the verb to be, like am, is, and are? They seem a bit different.
They are. The verb to be is special. It doesn't need do or does. You just put not right after it. So I am happy becomes I am not happy.
And she is a doctor becomes she is not a doctor, or she isn't a doctor.
Exactly. For is and are, we have those common contractions. Isn't and aren't. For am not, we don't usually contract it into one word like the others. We say, I'm not.
I've never heard anyone say I amn't. That would sound very strange.
It would. We always say, I'm not. For example, I'm not ready to leave yet.
That's very clear. So for most verbs, use don't, doesn't, or didn't. For the verb to be, just add not or use isn't and aren't.
You've got it. Now, let's think about some other common situations. What about can? I know many learners use that a lot.
Oh, like I can swim or I can't swim.
Yes, can is another one that doesn't need do. We just add not to make cannot. But in conversation, we almost always say can't.
I can't find my keys. I say that all the time.
Me too, Jack, me too. Can't is very common. And notice the pronunciation. Sometimes it can be hard to hear the T at the end, but the vowel sound is often a bit different or shorter than in can.
That's true. In American English, the A in can is often very soft and quick, almost like kin. But in can't, the A is stronger.
It's a subtle difference, but the more you listen, the more you'll hear it. Let's try a little practice dialogue to show how these sound in a real life. Imagine we are talking about a party we might go to.
Okay, I'll start. Ayla, are you going to Sarah's party on Saturday?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I have a ride.
Oh, don't worry about that. I can pick you up.
That's kind, but I don't want to make you drive out of your way.
It isn't a problem at all. It's on my way. Plus, Sarah said it won't be a very late party.
Well, in that case, maybe I will go. I didn't think I could make it, but if you're driving, it's much easier.
Great. I'll text you. Don't forget to wear something comfortable. We might be outside.
Thanks for the heads up. I wouldn't have known that.
See? We just used a whole bunch of negatives there. I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't worry. It isn't a problem. It won't be. I didn't think. Don't forget. I wouldn't have known.
It feels very natural when you hear it like that, doesn't it? It doesn't sound negative in a bad way. It's just how we share information.
I noticed you used won't. That's the negative for the future, right?
Yes. Will not becomes won't. This one is a bit tricky for learners because the sound changes quite a bit from will to won't.
It sounds like the word want sometimes, but the vowel is different. Won't has a long O sound like go.
Right. I won't be late means I will not be late. It's very common when we talk about plans or promises.
And what about don't at the start of a sentence? Like when I said, don't worry or don't forget.
Those are commands or suggestions. When we want to tell someone not to do something, we just start with don't and then the verb. Don't cry. Don't walk on the grass. Don't worry.
It's a very friendly way to give advice, too. If a friend is stressed, you say, don't stress out. It'll be okay.
Exactly. It's very supportive.
I have a question, Ayla. Sometimes I hear people use the word nothing or never instead of not. How does that work?
That's a great question, Jack. Words like never, nothing, nobody, or nowhere already have a negative meaning. So if we use them, we don't use not.
Oh, right. So I would say I have nothing, not I don't have nothing.
Correct. In standard English, we try to avoid using two negatives together. We call that a double negative. While you might hear it in some songs or movies, it's better for learners to stick to one.
So I can say I don't have anything or I have nothing. Both mean the same thing?
Yes, they mean exactly the same thing. I don't have anything uses the negative helping verb don't. I have nothing uses the negative word nothing.
I think I don't have anything sounds a bit more common in casual talk.
I agree. It feels a little more natural in most conversations. The same goes for never. You can say, I don't ever go there, or I never go there.
I never go there sounds very strong and clear.
It is. Never is a powerful word. It means 0% of the time. If you want to be very clear that you don't do something, never is the word to use.
Let's talk about no versus not. This is one that always used to trip me up.
This is a classic. Usually, not is used with verbs or adjectives. I am not hungry. He does not run.
And no is usually used before a noun, right?
Precisely. I have no money. There is no milk in the fridge.
But I could also say I don't have any money or there isn't any milk, right?
Yes, English gives us a few ways to say the same thing. I have no money sounds a bit more dramatic or formal sometimes. I don't have any money is very common in daily life.
That makes sense. I usually use don't have any because it feels easier to remember the don't pattern.
That's a perfectly good strategy. Stick with what feels comfortable as you learn, and then you can start adding variety as you get more confident.
Let's try another situation. How about when we're shopping? That's a place where we use negatives to talk about what we're looking for.
Good idea. Let's pretend I'm a shop assistant and you're looking for something specific.
Okay. Hi, excuse me. I'm looking for this shirt in blue. Do you have it?
Let me check. I'm sorry, we don't have any blue ones left in your size.
Oh, that's a bummer. Is there another store nearby that might have it?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. We're the only ones who carry this brand in this mall.
Okay. What about the green one? Does it come in a medium?
I'm afraid it doesn't. The green only comes in small and large.
Well, I don't want a small. It'll be too tight, and I don't like the large because it's too baggy. I guess I won't be buying a shirt today.
I'm sorry we couldn't help you find what you needed.
No problem. Thanks anyway.
In that conversation, we used don't have, I'm not sure, I don't think so, doesn't, I don't want, I don't like, and won't be.
It's really interesting how much we use not to explain why we can't do something or why something isn't possible. It helps narrow things down.
It does. And notice how I said, I'm afraid it doesn't. This is a very polite way to use a negative when you're giving bad news or saying no to a request.
I'm afraid. It doesn't mean you're scared, right?
No, not at all. It's just a polite phrase that means, I'm sorry to tell you this, but...
That's a great one to remember. If someone asks, can I sit here, and the seat is taken, I can say, I'm afraid you can't. My friend is sitting there.
Exactly. It sounds much softer and kinder than just saying no.
English can be very polite like that. We use these little phrases to wrap our negatives so they don't sound too harsh.
Another one is, I don't think so. If someone asks, is it going to rain? And you see a clear sky, you say, I don't think so. It's a bit more gentle than just saying no.
It also leaves a little room for being wrong, because I'm not a weather expert, so I can't be 100% sure.
Exactly. It's about being realistic and polite at the same time.
You know, Ayla, I think sometimes learners are afraid of making mistakes with negatives because there are a few rules to remember.
I understand that feeling, but really, even if you forget the helping verb and just say, I know like, people will usually understand you. The goal is to keep practicing so that I don't like starts to feel natural in your mouth.
That's why we always say, don't be afraid to speak. Every mistake is just a step toward getting it right.
Let's look at a few of the words and phrases we've been using today. It's helpful to hear them again and see how they fit into a normal sentence.
Good idea. Let's start with don't and doesn't.
These are our best friends for the present tense. Don't is for I, you, we, and they. I don't drink coffee, they don't live here.
And doesn't is for he, she, and it. He doesn't play soccer. She doesn't speak French. It doesn't work.
We use these to talk about facts or habits, things that are generally true or not true. For example, Jack, do you play the guitar?
No, I don't play the guitar. I don't have much musical talent, I'm afraid.
Well, I don't play an instrument either, so we're in the same boat.
Then we have didn't for the past. This one is easier because it's the same for everyone.
That's true. I didn't, you didn't, he didn't, we didn't. It's all the same. I didn't see you at the gym yesterday.
I didn't go. I stayed home and watched a movie. See how simple that is? Didn't plus the base verb go.
And don't forget the verb to be. I'm not, isn't, and aren't. These are for descriptions or states of being. The water isn't cold. We aren't late.
I use I'm not all the time. I'm not hungry, I'm not tired, I'm not sure. It's a very useful little phrase.
It really is. Now let's talk about can't. We use that to talk about things we are unable to do.
I can't drive a manual car. I can't swim very well.
And won't for the future. It won't rain today. I won't be home until 6.
We also talked about some of those no words like never and nothing.
Never means not at any time. I never eat breakfast.
Nothing means not anything. I have nothing to wear.
Every person with a full closet has said that at least once, Jack.
So true. And nobody for not anyone. Nobody was at the park.
And finally, we had that polite phrase, I don't think so. It's a great way to say no politely when you're not 100% sure.
Do you think the bus is coming soon? I don't think so. It's already 10 minutes late.
Perfect. These are all the tools you need to navigate negative statements in English. It's all about these little helping words and contractions.
I think the most important thing for our listeners to remember is the contraction part. Don't, didn't, can't, won't. These make you sound so much more like a native speaker.
I agree. If you say, I do not like, it sounds very formal and a bit stiff. I don't like is much more relaxed and friendly.
It's like the difference between wearing a suit and wearing a comfortable t-shirt. Both are fine, but in a daily conversation, the t-shirt, the contraction, is usually the better choice.
That's a great way to put it. Now, we have a little something special for our listeners today. We want to hear from you.
Yes, it's time for our question of the day. This is a chance for you to practice what we've talked about.
Today's question is, what is something you don't like to do on the weekend?
Oh, that's a good one. It lets people practice using don't or doesn't, or even never.
For example, I could say, I don't like to wake up early on the weekend. I never set an alarm on Saturdays.
And I could say, I don't like to do laundry on Sundays. I try to finish it all on Friday so I don't have to worry about it.
See, those are perfect examples. You can use I don't like to or I never to answer the question.
We would love for you to think about your answer. You can even say it out loud right now wherever you are. Practice making that don't sound.
Answering these little questions is such a powerful way to move the English from your head to your mouth. Even if you just say it to yourself in the mirror, it helps.
Definitely. And if you want to share your answer with us, we'd love to hear it. It's all about building that confidence.
We've covered a lot today, haven't we? From the basic don't and doesn't to the special verb to be, and even some polite ways to say no.
I feel like I've used the word not in the last 20 minutes than I have all week.
It's good practice for us too, Jack. Remember, everyone, English is a journey. You don't have to get every don't and doesn't perfect every time.
Exactly. The more you listen to podcasts like this and the more you try to speak, the easier it will become. One day you'll find yourself saying, I didn't know that, without even thinking about the grammar.
That's the goal. We want English to feel like a tool you can use, not a test you have to pass.
Well, I think that's about all the time we have for today's episode.
It's been so much fun. Thank you all for listening and for being a part of our English learning community.
We really appreciate you spending your time with us. Don't forget to practice your negative statements this week.
Yes, try to notice when you're saying no or not in your own language and think about how you would say it in English.
Great advice. Until next time, I'm Jack.
And I'm Ayla. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Wait, Ayla, before we go, can I ask you one more thing?
Of course, Jack. What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about the word neither. We used it earlier when we were talking about salty food. How does that fit in?
Oh, that's a fantastic one to end on. Neither is like the negative version of also or to. If you say, I don't like salty food and I want to agree, I can say, neither do I.
It's like saying me too, but for a negative sentence.
Exactly. You can't say me too if someone says, I don't like it. You have to say me neither or neither do I.
Me neither feels much easier to say.
It is. It's very common in casual talk. I'm not tired. Me neither. I don't have a car. Me neither.
That's a great little shortcut. I'm glad I asked.
Me too. Well, me too in this case because it's a positive thought.
Haha, exactly. Now we are really finished. Thanks again, everyone.
See you next time.
Would you like me to create a short practice quiz based on this episode to help you test what you learned?